Well, almost 4 decades ago, the world was introduced to a true Australian masterpiece.
He's got a knife.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
And that was a film, and still is. Crocodile Dundee remains the highest-grossing film of all time here in Australia and the highest-grossing Aussie film ever worldwide. How about that? And now we're getting an unseen look at how it all came together and why it may never have happened in the first place.
It's the biggest movie ever made outside of a major studio.
Action!
Blockbuster. Through the roof.
Michael J. Crocodile Dundee.
We've never made a movie. We grew up in Granville, and in Granville you learnt to have a go. So we were having a go.
It's stuffed.
Linda freaked. She suddenly recognised, well, hang on, I'm working with an amateur here.
Nothing like a double bourbon to start the day off right.
I wasn't prepared for what it really was.
To the rest of the world, that was Australia.
This was a terrific Australian film.
How wonderful. Yes, it's called Love of an Icon, the legend of Crocodile Dundee, a documentary that's been brought to life by Aussie icon Delvine Delaney and media exec Victoria Baldock, who join us in the studio. Thank you for coming in, ladies. How wonderful this is. Delvine, of course, your late husband, the great John Cornell, produced and co-wrote Croc Dundee. Tell us why you wanted to put this together. I'm sure it must have been a bittersweet time for you.
It was challenging for some days because I would see him in his glory looking sexy and strong and powerful, and he hasn't, he's not with us now. So that was a big thrust for me to make the documentary, not only because Victoria and I found this incredible archival material that belonged to John, but also because, and rightly so, Paul's had the spotlight for 40 years as that incredible character Mick Dundee, but there were so many other people involved in making that magic, and this documentary is to honour them. So not only for my beautiful late husband John, but also for Russell Boyd, the cinematographer, Peter Feynman, the director, Peter Best, the composer, and everybody else who added their spark.
It really was a team effort, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They were great, breaking ground all the way
Well,
through. None of them knew what was going on.
No, first-timers, so the pressure was on, but they were supported by an incredible crew.
Yeah.
And John had full faith in Paul, obviously. So John would never take a risk that wasn't calculated. And so they took that risk, and he had absolute utmost belief in the end result.
Victoria, tell me about wading through this archival material. It must have been a treasure trove.
It was incredible. I mean, first of all, such an honour, but, it was just, we'd open a box and it would be like goosebumps. It'd be, it's gold, everything was gold. It was just incredible. And it's a testament to John's brilliance, too, as to what he kept. It was just extraordinary. Everything that we were looking for was there and more. And it would be like, oh yeah. It was just...
all filed away sort of thing.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't filed.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was just dumped in a tub.
Right.
A manky old dusty
So he was just
tub.
stashing it somewhere.
No, actually, I think they packed up Rimfire films and everything just went into these tubs. And then they were in storage facility and that closed down, so that's how they ended up in my big shed where they sat undisturbed
There was
10 years.
There was a mask or two discovering a whole lot of film reels that had vinegar
Yeah.
syndrome. There was all sorts of states.
Such a massive hit, but it almost didn't happen, did it? I mean, there were lots of problems and troubles along the way and challenges.
Absolutely, and that's what the documentary reveals, is the obstacles and challenges that John, particularly as a producer, had to overcome and fight against people's lack of belief in he and Paul. And also the fact that when he went to sell the film in America, nobody knew much about Australia. They were surprised we spoke English. And so he had to overcome quite a bit.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it was, 40 years ago.
When you threw that shrimp on the barbie at the same time, helped Hogs do that?
Yeah, got myself in the edge of shot.
No, you were front and centre, as I recall. Hey, all these years later, Victoria, Croc Dundee, it's about to be re-released in 4K, which is wonderful, slightly tweaked. What makes it so enduring? Why does the world still love Croc Dundee?
It's ultimately a simple love story. It's joy. It just, you still finish that film and walk out feeling amazing. And the encore cut is not really changed. It's brought up, it's restored, and it's beautiful. It was an extensive incredible job. And so the encore cut is in cinemas on May the 8th.
Yeah.
That comes after Love of an Icon.
May 8th.
Mate, there you go,
Day.
see?
Mate
Starting
Day.
a movement.
Mates. Hey, thank you both for coming in so much. We really appreciate you doing it. It is a national treasure, as are you, Deli. It's lovely to see
Good
you.
on you,
Look
mate.
so well.
Thank you.
Love of an Icon, the legend of Crocodile Dundee is in cinemas tomorrow. It would be un-Australian not to go and check it out.